All right, what's up, team? It is Coach Peter here, and I want to take you guys through how to get the most out of your F45 training, in particular with the upcoming challenge, which is starting January 30. Now, this is the biggest challenge of the year, so it is going to be important for you guys to get everything right in order to maximize the results. And I know if you're watching this, that is exactly what you want to do. So I'm coming in here with high energy. I'm trying to bring it for you guys. So hopefully you guys can replicate that in the studio and get the most out of your training. So before I jump into what the F45 challenge is and what you guys get from it and how to maximize it, the point behind all of this is for you guys to get results. So as I'm talking through, each of you guys are at a different level when it comes to your fitness, a different level in terms of your fitness journey, your nutrition, and also your experience within F45. Some of you guys have been here for a number of years. Some of you guys are brand new to it. So each of these different parts, I'm going to go through quite a bit of information pretty quickly. And it's on purpose because I know when I've done these over the years, some people will resonate with something and some people will resonate with something else. So I'm going to give you guys a lot of info, and I'm going to go through it pretty quickly because there's a lot to get through and I don't want to take up too much of your time because time is precious, but I also want you guys to get the essentials for what you need as well. Now, within this presentation, I'm also going to go through how to get the most out of the training. So it's one thing to be signed up for it and to be registered for it and go to the studio, go to the sessions. It's another to use the top tips, which actually work to get better results and to accelerate results. And I think that's key here. Especially, we've seen people who've been with us for years and years. They will do a challenge where all of a sudden there's a bit of what I call hyper focus. So there's more focus on their fitness and it can seriously accelerate your results, particularly when it comes to nutrition. So what that means is that everyone watching this, you're probably pretty busy, working full time, kids, family, wife, husband, all those kind of things. Fitness is often a secondary to those, as they should be. Like your family should definitely come first. Your work obviously helps support your family, all those kind of things. And often sessions can get pushed to the side. Fitness can get forgotten. Some people stop going to the gym for a little while. It's totally normal. I would recommend as much as you can to not fall into too much of a trap where it takes a backseat for too long, because then it's harder to get back to it. And fitness and health are one of those things where you want to try to maintain it as long as you can, even through those challenging periods. And then when you have a chance, like a challenge or something like that, we can actually make some significant progress. It's very, very possible. And that's what we're here to do. And we've seen it multiple times. People lose 5, 6, 7. We've had people lose 10 plus kilos, many people, I think 11 and 12 kilos in one challenge. This is a 45-day challenge. So it's just over 6 weeks. It's significant. And you can make some serious improvements in that time. So let's jump straight into it. Share screen. Okay, cool. All right, team. So how to get the most out of your F45 training and info night for January. So the challenge is what you got. Show us what you got. This is all about you guys. It really is. It's a 45-day challenge starting from January 30. So on Monday. And it goes for 45 days ending on March 15th. So it's a little bit of a shorter one than we traditionally do with 8 weeks, but you can get some significant results during the time. It's short enough, but long enough. It's long enough to get some serious results, but not so long that it starts to drag out. I think 8 weeks is still a good time frame, better than like 12 or 12-week challenges, but it's short enough that you can also really get stuck into it. By the time you get moving with this, honestly, it's going to feel so quick. People will start the first couple of weeks, all of a sudden you'll be at halfway and you'll be flying through it. So what we're going to cover is challenge overview, the portal, how to get the most out of your training, nutrition, really key, tracking and goals, supplementation, body composition, and of course, going through the challenge winners and things like that as well. Okay, cool. So what you guys get. So the challenge overview and resources. This is a successfully proven program to transform your body. I can't emphasize that enough. This is the 36th challenge that we've done at F45. The format, the challenge, it really works. And it's been done over and over again. So this isn't something we're trying to put a stick in the ground or anything like this. This is a training regime and a nutrition format, which works for individuals. Now, the nutrition is personalized for you, which it's come a long way from that one. So it's going to give you calories which is suitable for you and your goals. It's not a generic meal plan. If you get a generic meal plan, don't follow it. You want to follow something which is specific for your size, your weight, your goals. And that's what F45 nutrition does. The program is cardio and strength. You need to have weights in your session, in your programming, no matter what your goals are. And if your goal is to lose weight, you need strength training in there as well. In fact, it's probably more important longer term for you than the cardio side of things. That's really important. So the format of F45 has always been alternating days of cardio and strength. There's now more strength in there, which is great. So there's 2 hybrid days as well. This is for you guys for body composition and getting strong and lean, which is important. The challenge very clearly is to optimize body composition. The goal at the gym is to lose body fat and gain lean muscle. That's the goal. So we're not competitors, anything like that. We're trying to get you guys the optimal body composition results in this period of time. We want to increase motivation and energy levels. That's what we're here to do. That's what I'm trying to bring in this presentation. I'm trying to come bring up with a high energy level, and that's what we want to do in the challenge. Improve overall health and fitness. Body composition is what everyone asks for, but another benefit is obviously improving your overall health and your fitness levels. You'll see you'll get stronger, fitter, faster, and we want that too. And we want to improve habit stacking. That's key. With these challenges, if you can take things with you that go over time, you will see progressive changes year on year. So in other words, if you can take a couple of recipes that you use over and over again, you add on some what we call smart swaps into your nutrition, they won't make a big difference today, but they will make a big difference over time, like using low-fat oils, switching to Diet Coke instead of Coke. Those kind of things, they're not going to transform your lives this week, next week, but they will make a difference. So we want to just keep stacking those habits, not just now, but throughout the year. All right. So download the F45 Challenge app. If you don't have it now, download it. If you're an active member and you're watching this, it's free. If you're not, come being a member. The Challenge app is one of the best resources, which is, in my opinion, underutilized because it's amazing. There's so much to it. Your results come down to the training, which is the bulk of F45. It also comes down to the way you can use the resources around that as well. And nutrition is it's actually more important to your weight than training, funny enough. Most people go to the training first, but nutrition actually plays a larger role in weight, whether you're trying to lose weight, gain, or maintain. And the nutrition that F45 has for free for members is honestly the best that I know on market. I do not know another gym, another program that does nutrition as well, personalized. It's got 3,000 plus recipes. You can see the calorie breakdown. You can change the meals out. You can get it ordered to your house. You can really see that the nutrition alone is awesome. So use it because it's there for you guys as a benefit. If you've been a member for a little while and haven't seen it, have a flick through the app. It's amazing. It says the F45 Challenge app. It's nutrition, it's tracking. There's also, for those that are traveling as well, there's actually F45 training at home. Again, it's free for members now. This is only a new edition. So you guys can actually train if you're away for a couple of days, still do your F45 session, but body weight wherever you are in the world, which is great. You need to be an active member for that one too. So shopping list, it's got video blogs, nutrition articles and blogs, seminars, and goal tracking points. So there's a whole lot there, guys. Education, in my opinion, is really important for longer term success as well. And that's one thing that this provides and we want to provide at the studio. Training. All right. We're going to do this in too much detail. I'm just going to go through the new additions, which is going to be into F45 training. I mentioned before, it's cardio and strength. And that's done very, very purposely because we want to do conditioning and we also want to do weight training. Your weight training is going to be more important for longer term health, and the conditioning in a HIIT format will help maintain muscle mass, get you fitter, and also help reduce your body weight too. The hybrid is, in my opinion, the best way to train for longevity, for lean muscle mass, and to be fit. I think I've been training hybrid my entire life. I love it. And F45 is exactly that. You're training like an athlete, not like a bodybuilder or like a, strength athlete or anything. We're trying to be everyday athletes. Probably a good way to word it. How many classes should I attend to lose weight? We recommend 3 to 4 plus. It depends on how much time you have to commit. Many people are very busy and it's very, very hard to get to the gym once. So 3 to 4 is what we ask for. You can get some very significant results training that many. And we ask you to mix up the cardio and strength days. I do have some on that a little bit later. How many times a day should I train? We just recommend the once. Some people, if you're well trained, as an athlete, you can train twice in a day. We don't recommend back-to-backs, morning and night or morning and lunch or something like that does work. But we're talking only if you've built up to that as well. But you don't feel the need to do that. You don't have to. Remember, nutrition plays a humongous role in this as well. Recovery is everything. What you eat, sleep, the way in which you use your body, the way in which you relax, massages, stretches, all those kind of things make a big difference in it. Increase steps outside of training. You guys probably heard 10,000 steps a day. It's great. It's true. Please try to hit your steps every day. Doing little things as well, going for swims, they do add up. Like it's just an active lifestyle. If you think about when you're a kid, you move around quite a bit. You're probably quite lean. It's because you're so active during the day, probably not doing F45 sessions or weight training. You've just been moving around quite a lot. 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Prioritize your sleep. Sleep's great. 7 to 8 is a great way. It's what's amazing is people spend so much money on supplements, on getting lean, on recovery, on all those kind of things. Sleeping an extra hour a day is free. I know it's quite hard with people with busy jobs, especially with kids. I do get that. I really do. Well, I understand it. I don't get it. I don't have kids myself, but I do completely understand. But if you can just prioritize your sleep a little bit more, you will see better results because you'll have more energy, be more fresh when you come there to the studio and be able to get better sessions in. And water consumption, 2 to 3 liters. It's on the app. Again, another free way, pretty much free way you can improve your training and recovery. All right, nutrition. This is key. I'm going to go through what you guys get as well. So nutrition broken down really simply. You might have heard of these terms before. If not, I'm going to explain them because they're just really key. Calorie deficit is weight loss. Calorie surplus is weight gain, and calorie balance is maintaining weight. On the right, you can see if you're eating less than you're using in that first graph on the left, so you're burning, let's say, 3,000 calories a day and eating, let's say, 2,500, you're going to be in what's called a calorie deficit. And if your goal on this is to lose weight, that's where we want to sit. Now, that is an average over the entire week, which includes weekends. If you're in a deficit for 5 days and then you eat a lot more, you can definitely undo that work. So please keep in mind weekends. Maintaining weight, the calories equal how much you're burning. And to gain weight, you're eating more than what you're burning. So if you're looking to gain muscle, that's where you want to be on these ones. So there's no magic pill. These are literally, it's maths. And this is what we're working towards. A deficit, calories in, calories out. Most people at gyms anyway, and not everyone, but most people try to lose weight. So that's why we talk about that quite a lot. You'll hear a calorie deficit. That's all that's referring to. Tips to improve your nutrition. So control portions. On the F45 Nutrition app, it'll have the portions for you. It's personalized. And that's really important because if you're eating generic meal plans, they're normally undernourished or they're just wrong because they're not made for you. When you jump on the app, you put in your details, your height, your weight, your goals, and how often you're training, and it'll work out your calories and it'll base the meals on that and it'll give you the portions on that. So the good thing is for you, it's really easy. You literally can just follow the nutrition on the phone, on your app. It's really broken down to be quite simple. We're trying to make this really easy for you. If you're making food yourself, getting yourself some kitchen scales is probably has the best ROI of any fitness app building or whatever you guys can buy. It's probably one of the best ROIs for you for your health. It's a little kitchen scale as well. Aim for a healthy plate. We want to make sure you guys are eating well. You got greens on there, you got veggies on there, you got meats on there, you got carbs on there. You have a well-balanced diet. Control caffeine, eat regularly, move your body more, and increase fluid intake. These are all, we've gone over a couple of these in there as well, but these do add up quite a bit as well. Eating regularly, as an example, it's not so much of the calories during the day, it just gives you a nice even energy consumption during the day as well. So it also helps when you guys are going to do your sessions, you can make sure you got the energy in there too. How our bodies burn calories. Now, this is really key as well. Now, this is contrary to what you guys hear quite a bit. So on the right is the percentage of daily energy expenditure. Your resting metabolic rate, which that down the bottom, is essentially how much you guys burn by doing absolutely nothing. If you were to lay down in bed all day and do absolutely nothing, you still burn just over 50% of your daily calories, which is pretty cool, right? It's a lot larger than people realize. Thermic effect of foods. This is basically breaking down proteins in your body. So when you eat protein in particular, it takes more energy to break this down. It's one of the reasons why we recommend eating a high protein diet, along with being able to replace muscle fibers and BCAAs and helping your body recover. The other reason is because you actually burn more calories and you feel fuller for longer. So it's really important to get your proteins in there for that, for a number of different reasons. Now, your NEAT and your exercise are basically what you guys have control over. They're the two we want to focus on. Exercise, pretty obvious at the gym. When you guys are here, we want you guys to be burning that, which makes up around about 15%. But a large percentage is your non-exercise activity. Things like walking, taking the stairs, just your general movements throughout the day. People that talk with their hands, you actually burn more calories without even realizing it. And this is why we really bang on about going up, standing up, going for a walk. If you're listening to this and you work from home, people are a little more sedentary usually at home. And we want to, as much as we can, try not to be sedentary and try to, really make sure we're moving throughout the day. I think it's really key to make sure that we are getting the most out of each of it. But it makes up a bigger portion people realize, so pay attention to that one as well. Pre-planning. Now, this is really, really important. And again, when I'm going through this, think about you. If you get quite busy throughout the week and you have a tendency to grab something on the way home that's fast because you need something that is convenient versus healthy, this is where pre-planning comes into it. And your habits are key. Your habits will give you clues, right? If you find that, and remember, humans are incredibly habitual, incredibly. So people, I'm myself included, I'll drink a coffee every single day at the same times, even when I'm not tired, just because I drink coffee at that time. I'll do it every day. I won't miss it. If you find yourself doing habits which you want to break, pre-planning or breaking those habits are the most important thing. And nutrition's a tricky one because people get quite busy, and it's not because people don't want to eat healthy. It's because normally it gets to the point of the week where you just need to grab something. So making a grocery with this, plan meals out. I know it does take some time, but it's really important. Let meals cool, then seal them. Actually really helps to maintain them a little bit better. Store prep foods in the fridge or freezer and look at your week as a whole. So just making sure you've had a look at the week. Sunday's the best day for this, but again, you can do it on Monday, Tuesday. It doesn't particularly matter. It's what works. But really, really important, especially if you want to get ahead with your nutrition. Healthy snack ideas. So you can look at, these are what I would call smart snacks. Smart swaps. So there are a number of products on the market now, because health is a big, big thing and it will continue to be. So there's a number of ones which are healthier alternatives to what you're eating at the moment. As an example, you've got certain types of Yoko ice creams, which are going to be better for you than your normal ice creams. They're going to be higher in protein, lower in carbs, and will just mean you can eat more of it. Or if you eat the same amount, it will save you calories. There are low-fat, lightly salted options. There are low oil, no additives, all those kind of things. They will add up over time as well. A good example is your Diet Cokes versus your normal soft drinks. They add up. These are smart swaps, low-fat oil or lower calorie oil. If you make a single decision to choose the lower salt items every time, it'll add up significantly over time. So if you think of that as one decision, I'm going to choose the lighter, the better option. If I've got two in front of me every time, you will be amazed how much I'll add up over the course of a year. And again, you're not going to see results of this challenge, but we're trying to build that habit or two, which will help you guys out. So don't underestimate these as well. All right, how to get the most out of your training. So these are our top tips for you guys. Now, this is from going through 30 odd challenges and seeing results, seeing what people do, asking them, interviewing them, training them, coaching them. This is what we've come through as our top 10. So mix up your training days, cardio and strength. I've mentioned this before. A hybrid is the best long-term sustainable way to get lean, lose fat, and be fit. If you do completely one or the other, you'll lose the benefit of the opposite. So in other words, if you just did strength days and didn't ever do cardio, you wouldn't be used to getting your heart rate up, getting a sweat on, wouldn't be as fit, for example. If you just did cardio, didn't do strength, your muscles aren't going to be as strong. Having more muscle mass also helps burn calories over time. You're stronger tendons, stronger joints. A hybrid is great. It's training like an athlete. So that is a high recommended tip for you. Work with your partner. So if you're partnered up with someone, work with them, encourage them, and they'll encourage you back. Work with them, have some fun with it. The whole premise of F45 is group training. We know that when people are in a group environment and people are pushing you, you will get more out of the session, and it's designed to be that way. We've got a lot of amazing clients. They'll all push you. They'll all work with you. So work with them. You give them a little pat on, you get a little high five in between. They'll give you one back. It's a great way to get the most out of your F45. And we want to see that. We want to hear that. You'll make friends. It is more fun. You'll leave with a smile. We want all of that. Work to fatigue on weight stays. On weight stays, you want to get to the point where your muscles are fatigued. They're quite different. So a cardio day is very different to a weights day. A weights day, cardio day, you're going to be quite exhausted. You're going to be sweating, you're going to be breathing heavy. You want to be burning the calories. You're going to feel quite exhausted when you leave. On weights days, it's a very different sensation. You want to have that muscle fatigue. And that's why I'm using that word in this point. That's the point where you're like, your arm hurts to bend, or it hurts, you can't walk down the stairs or something like that. You don't need to quite get to that point. But if you think of that as the goal of where we're heading towards, it's a great way to look at your weight stays as well. So let's say doing 4 sets on an exercise, on the 4th set, you want to be struggling or going down a weight or whatever that might be, because that's the point where you know you've worked hard enough. And that's a really good indication for how you guys have gone on weight days. Nutrition is key. Cannot put enough emphasis on nutrition in the challenge. It doesn't have to be the exact F45 nutrition, but even if you were to grab a couple of recipes or make some smart swaps or get some meals in there or count your calories, counting calories alone is fantastic. In fact, I'll go as far as it is the unlock for weight loss, hands down. If you've got a poor diet, you're not going to out-train it. It'll help to train more, but you're not going to out-train it. Get involved in the studio. We're doing a summer theme. We've got a pool party coming up in the studio. We're having some fun with it all. And we're going to have posters around the studio. We want you guys to put your names down, because there's going to be challenges. There's going to be prizes. There's going to be a lot of things we've got going on in the studio. So pop your name down, get involved with it all. It'll help you guys out. You'll be more engaged with the studio, and guess what? You get better results too. Track your results. What gets measured gets results. Period. If you track your body fat over time, it'll inevitably go down because your focus on it is going to be higher. Same with any aspect of your life. If you track it regularly. Now, the body scans are the best way to do that on the challenge. So it'll give you your body fat, upper, lower. It'll tell you your visceral fat, which is around your organs. It'll also tell you metrics like your muscle, like are you gaining muscle in your legs, your upper, your torso, arms, shoulders, those kind of things. It'll give you other metrics around water retention. Maybe you're holding a lot more water than you realize. It'll give you that data. And the thing is, as trainers, this is like a cheat sheet. We can see where you are. We can see your body. And the best thing is, if you've done it at the start and at the end, we know how you've trained. We know how you've eaten and those kind of things. We can give you very real, very accurate advice if you want to accelerate, decelerate, increase your muscle, because we now have 2 sets of data, and you need 2. And we've seen how it's moved over time. It's the best way we can do it. The other way to track your results is through the F45 app. There are 5 metrics on there that you can track each week: water, sleep, nutrition, training. All these things are in there for you guys to track. So it is one of the best ways to keep yourself accountable. The other one on there, which we're going to do, is, if you guys haven't yet, we've got a new session called Benchmark, which tests your strength. We're going to do the session first week of the challenge and at the end. And from that, we're going to be able to see your strength gains over that time as well. So that's all done through the app. Again, tracking these things will help you guys. And that's why we're going to put it at the start, put it at the end. We'll see the results and be able to go from there. Work with your trainers. So work with us. So what we want to be doing, guys, is if you guys are telling us your goals, if you guys are telling us what you want to achieve, it'll make it much, much easier for us to cater where we're going with you guys too. Now, the trainers are going to push you guys anyway. So when you guys are on, they're going to be giving you guys a bit of a push, but we also want to personalize it. And guess what? One of the best ways to improve or increase the output is to basically tell us what you guys want. Because if you say to a trainer, any of the trainers or all of us, hey, Pete, I want to be pushed, they are going to quite seriously, not seriously, but they're going to give you guys that little extra push as well. So work with the trainers too. Use the heart rate monitors. If you guys are trying to get the most out of your sessions, generally those who use a heart rate monitor will burn more calories because you're so much more aware of where you're sitting. It's a little hack. I've seen people get heart rate monitors reluctantly, wear them into the studio, and then just because they're on the screen, they can see they're only at 65, 70%. They end up pushing themselves harder with no extra push from the trainers. And that, in my opinion, is a very big win, because what is the goal? The goal is to get the most out of the training. And if you can put yourself in a position where you're more likely to push yourself harder more often, that's a huge win. And I think that's why the structure around how you build, that's why F45 is based around. The structure on F45 is built to make it easy to follow, motivational, and the higher monitors are a great addition to that too. So if you want that little extra push on cardio days, highly recommend it. Work to the timings of the workout. If it's a 20-second set versus a 60-second set, it's a different pacing, right? These are very purposely done, and the exercises are specifically put together as well. 20 seconds of sprints, 60 seconds are endurance. Work to them, because different days are focused on different outputs on your cardio and strength as well. So they're just in there as a bit of a guide for you too. And the other one is listen to your body. If you're feeling good, go for it. If you're feeling a bit tired, you might need to dial it back a little bit. Listen to your body. Sometimes you just pull up really well. You've had a great night's sleep. You're ready. You're motivated. It'll really, really help you guys out there as well. So again, another little quick tip for you guys. All right, tracking and goals. So SMART goals. I mentioned this on the app before. We've got your eating, training, water, and sleep. These are in there. SMART stands for, you've got obviously the ways in which you guys can choose your own goals in there as well. You can pop them in there. There's a daily tracker on the F45 app. Now, the reason we track these four is because these are the biggest four to getting results. You can add in supplementation there. Supplementations are great, but if you get these four right, you'll be very well on track for the next 45 days to really hit your results. And that's on the app as well. There's daily tracking I mentioned earlier. When you go onto the app, on the bottom left there, you can see you got home, train, eat, track, and learn. It's in the track section there as well. And it's a really, really good way to help keep you guys on course the whole time. Customized meal plans. Now, this is probably one of the best things that you get within the app as well, if not the best thing. A lot of the time, eating and meals are one of the hardest things, right? And on the F45 app, you can once you put in your details, it'll customize the meal plans for you. So for example, I'm a male, I'm 81 kilos. If I want to lose 3 kilos, for example, I'd put in my metrics on there. I'd say, hey guys, I train, X times a week. I would say how much I want to lose, and it'll basically calculate the calories for me to get there as well. So what's going to happen is on that, participants can access custom meal plans on the eat section, and it'll reflect their recommended daily intake plus or minus 100 calories. It's not perfect, but it's very accurate. And it'll give you at home or meal delivery in both mainstream, which is with meat, vegan or vegetarian. All those options are there. It's very detailed, which is awesome. So that's one of the best things on there. And it's something which most of the gyms don't have. So bear in mind, this is for free for you guys, and it's a massive resource. And it's what you guys would really help you guys get results too. Supplementation, I mentioned it before. These are the only two we sell in the studio because these are the best two for what you guys need. Protein it's more of a superfood, to be honest, than a supplement, which is great. It's a whey product. So it comes from milk, basically, which means it's really, really high in protein. It's very clean. The ones we sell are the isolates, which are low carb. So if you guys are looking for that extra protein boost, it's a great way to do that one as well. The other one we sell is magnesium and zinc. So why would you need this? It promotes recovery and supports the nervous system. Magnesium was something I didn't take for a long, long time, and I was getting pains in my joints. And I started having it before I went to sleep. It actually helped me sleep quite well. You can have this before you go to bed. It really relaxes your body, so enhances your sleep. You can see on the packaging there. You just have a scoop with some water. It tastes like Gatorade, and it just relaxes your body. So that you often see magnesium in tablets. This one's a powder. It's very, very good for you. You can get sprays which can go over certain joints. People do use it with joint pains. It's great for that as well. You can go over the counter and get it. It's totally fine. They're very, very safe. Both of these are very well researched. The ones we have are great, taste brilliant. So we recommend both of those. The protein probably more so for your nutrition. The magnesium can just really help you guys sleep more or recovery as well. Body composition scans. If you guys are serious about getting results, this is what I would highly, highly recommend. So from my experience, those that get the scans get better results. It's because they're so much more aware of where they're sitting. They have a starting point. They know where they're going. They can see the metrics. We can give them true breakdowns of what they need to be eating for their nutrition. With these as well, you not just get the scan. We also take you guys through what we need to be looking for. What are the goals? What are we eating? How we should be approaching this? The breakdowns. It gives you a much better analysis on you. So it's very highly recommended to do this. For those that want to win the challenge and get the prizes as well, you need to have the scan so we can see that too. The prizes are based on the biggest percentage of body fat dropped over that time. So it gives you a very good breakdown of your body. Now, most people, if you don't get this done, your only metric is the mirror and the scales. The scales is very inaccurate. Well, it's not inaccurate, but it's a very bad metric to do over time, because two people can be the same weight and one can be a lot leaner than the other. One can be a lot musclier than the other as well, but it's not the best way to do it. And again, what's the goal? If the goals for you is body composition, a body composition scan makes a lot of sense for that as well. And it just really helps us, to be honest. Before and after photos, I would highly recommend this, even if you're not trying to win it, because you can see where you are now. You can see where you're going over time. It'll show you those changes. You can't physically see your changes one day after another. It's just too challenging. So when you're looking at pictures 6.5 weeks, 45 days apart, you'll see the progressions, and you'll actually see minor details like your shoulders popping out a little more. Maybe your legs are a little more defined. Maybe your abs are coming a lot more than you realize. You get a lot more of a comparison when you've done it 6 weeks apart. Stand front, side, and back in front of a white wall. Wear the same item before and after, ideally. No selfies. Get someone to take it for you. And obviously you need to do this if you want to be in the winning for the prizes too. Thank you, guys. I'm just gonna. All right.